iDubbbz and Anisa are some of the most unbearable people, the most unbearable couple on all of YouTube. I've been watching on the sidelines, making a few tweets, but I'm really compelled now to make a video on these two absolute jokers. And naturally, it's about Creator Clash 3. It's about all their conduct post Creator Clash 3 and them acting as if they are these great human beings when in reality they are absolute scum. Guys, we're trying to hit 2 million subs by 2042. So if you guys could sub now, so hopefully by 2042 I don't look back at this clip and cry my fucking eyes out. So quick context, iDubbbz and Anisa. Anisa is iDubbbz's wife. They made this event called Creator Clash. Now, the first one did very well, raised a lot of money for charity. The second one was an absolute fucking disaster. The charities got no money, and it was a complete fail. And there's new details that make that so much worse, which we're going to talk about. But you would think, after such a catastrophic event, mismanaged, money thrown down the drain, they would just call it. Creator Clash 3 should never have happened. It did happen, and it's even more of a disaster than the second one, and the event hasn't even happened. And remember, Anisa's whole thing about Creator Clash was, we hate these people who make boxing events to make money, not us. No, we don't want to make money. We are the good guys.
What really made me mad about boxing events in the past is that it's rich assholes betting their money to make money to like have people that are struggling to like make ends meet and pay rent watch them do it, and then they'll go home and like have a lot of money.
And the fighters are exploited too, like usually.
So the lead up to Creator Clash 3 is only months out, and iDubbbz decides to drop content cop Ethan Klein. One of the most boring videos I've ever watched. I think is the worst content cop I've ever seen. But regardless of how you feel about it, that content cop caused a domino effect that would ruin Creator Clash 3, all because of Ian's video. He is an owner of Creator Clash, a leader of Creator Clash. He couldn't wait just a couple more months until the event happened. Instead, he completely tanks it himself. So all this backlash happens after the content cop. All these fighters are feeling uncomfortable fighting now because of what Ian's done. And Ian and Anisa, the cowards they are, jump shit. They put out this statement. Ian and Anisa Jomha have made the difficult decision to fully step away from Creator Clash, both publicly and behind the scenes, and are relinquishing ownership of the event. The decision wasn't made lightly, but it's a necessary step towards returning Creator Clash to its core purpose, bringing communities together for a night of boxing fueled by passion, discipline, and the goal of raising money for causes that matter. Since the beginning, this event has been about more than just the fights. It's been about creators pushing themselves beyond their limits, fans rallying behind something positive, and using that energy to do some good in the world. Since Creator Clash's inception, we've been able to raise meaningful funds and awareness for charities making real impact. That mission has lost focus in recent weeks, and it's clear that for the event to move forward, things need to change. We're making space for that change now. As part of the fallout, both Harley Morenstein and Lena Ayad have stepped away from their scheduled fights. While we're disappointed to lose two creators who brought so much heart to this event, we understand and respect their decisions. It goes on, but they end it with, if you felt disappointed or let down by the noise, we hear you, but we hope you'll continue to support the people stepping into the ring. Blah, blah, blah. So Ian's smug little face when he's doing that content cop didn't last all but a few weeks, because in the end, the reason they had to step away was because they fucked it for everyone else by making that video, and Creator Clash 3 suddenly turned into something it should never have been. And this is just the start. I'm only scratching the sides right now. Because remember, Creator Clash 3 was all for charity, right?
Okay, I'm not taking a salary on this boxing event. My earnings are going to pay all the other fighters and for charity. Okay, so my money's going to charity, so I'm like, it's a good cause. That we have two main goals: raise as much money as humanly possible for charity, because we want to show the boxing community as a whole that we're not trying to step on anyone, we're not trying to make a bag, we're just trying to have fun and give back. So if you like mystery loot boxes, I mean, this event is for you, and it's hella cheap.
And for any of you that are out there now, these pay-per-view purchases, the fans in attendance, 10,000 sold out, this will all be for a charity event.
I think the reason why I really like the charity boxing event is because at least we can like find ways to give money to people who actually need it.
Well, we got some interesting information come out from the new Creator Clash owners. Because after the fallout, they revealed that Ian and Anisa were going to have a 34% profit share of the event. So this event that's marketed for everything's going to charity wasn't going to charity. Actually, Anisa, what you said to Hassan...
What really made me mad about boxing events in the past is that it's rich assholes betting their money to make money to like have people that are struggling to like make ends meet and pay rent watch them do it, and then they'll go home and like have a lot of money.
Sounds exactly like fucking you two despicable pricks. So they released this information about the fighters and stuff, and in that they say that a further 34% profit share, originally allocated to Ian and Anisa, is also being redistributed among the fighters following their departure. That was just a complete slam dunk on Ian and Anisa, because they never disclosed that once. They never talked about it, and this was brand new information dropped on this charity event. So iDubbbz firstly responds to this. I wanted to clear some things up now that Anisa and I are no longer part of Creator Clash. When I announced Creator Clash 3 and its new business model, the communication wasn't clear. Oh yeah, you didn't tell people that the fucking charity event you guys are profiting from. That's a good way of phrasing it. The communication wasn't clear. We didn't tell you guys that we've completely repurposed Creator Clash and it's not a charity event, it's actually a normal profit-making boxing event. Looking back on my video and the current reaction, it's obvious it was too vague. It remains true that I earned a fight purse for Creator Clash 1 and we did not profit all from Creator Clash 2. After Creator Clash 2 failed to raise any money for charity and we knew it was time for a different business model, we restructured so that the funds for our charity partner would be raised on Tiltify, separate and apart from the actual event. We then decided that this year we would take a profit share from the for-profit side of the event, should the profit side of the event succeed. I feel sorry for any confusion Anisa and I caused. We know the event is in good hands now and wish it all the success. This prick refuses to actually take accountability for one, what he done, and now this. I love that he goes, I feel sorry for any confusion Anisa and I caused. Oh, are you sorry or what? Like, you feel sorry by something you guys left out on purpose. There is absolutely no reason why you wouldn't disclose that for a charity event. You guys are making a profit. And he's still never taken accountability for the fact that he made this content cop video months before, only a few months before the event was going to take place, and completely tanked it. iDubbbz is one of the most unbearable little weasels now. Imagine saying that to us in like 2016, 17, whenever the fuck. It's mind-blowing what this little fucker does now. He then responded in a video saying this.
But the main controversy, I would say, is that it was revealed with the change of ownership that Anisa and I, because we're 1/3 ownership of Creator Clash, the business, that we were getting 34% of the profit share. We weren't anticipating this event doing well. Like, we wanted to do well enough to pay back the investors, of course. So that's one of the reasons that we were, okay with the profit share thing. But another part of it as well is that the contract wasn't structured in a way that the profit share could just directly go to charity. It was told to us, like, you could just donate your portion of the profit share to charity after the event. So we were like, okay, fine. Now, I know some people will find it hard to believe that Anisa and I were just gonna give our portion of the profit share to charity. There's nothing I could really say to, I think, convince them otherwise. It was up to our discretion at the end of the day, and if you don't believe us, I can't say anything that'll change your mind.
Yeah, I don't believe that shit for a single second. If that was the case, you would have just said that and disclosed the fact you're making a profit from day one, from the first moment Creator Clash 3 was announced. You even said in your statement, we would take a profit share from the for-profit side of the event should the profit side of the event succeed. That is what you guys decided. In nowhere in that original Reddit statement do you say the original plan was to take the profits and donate them to charity. That is complete bullshit. This response in your video is you floundering and panicking because the new owners outed you and Anisa. And Anisa, we're getting onto her because she is just as bad. She is unbearable. So as this whole thing was transpiring, Ethan Klein was doing a load of streams on his podcast and he got iDubbbz ex-trainer, boxing coach, on the podcast, and holy shit, was this tasty. So let's start by talking about Creator Clash 2 and how mismanaged the money was, because this event, they had a gala for, influencers and people in the event, blah, blah, blah. This gala, this luxurious gala, renting out a hotel, costing shit tons of cash. They even flew in influencers to go to this gala while knowing that this event was not succeeding.
He and Anisa did in fact pay for Hassan and all of his compadres to travel to and stay at Creator Clash 2.
Yes.
Yeah, so they were talking about that long before, about how they had to fly in all these people. First of all, they rented the hotel for over 300 creators and flew a lot of them in. When the first year it was much more scaled back. We just had a couple floors of like some place, like a nice suite place, but it wasn't extravagant at all. And then the second year, they did that full hotel for 300 creators. They flew a lot of people in. One of the people they flew in was Froggy Tonic, and they flew him in from France.
In what world does a charity event need you to spend money on a luxury gala so you can suck up to all these popular creators? And you know how we know that? Because Anisa was just gagging for influencers like Pokimane to be a part and hang out with her. It's fucking pathetic.
First year that like, because she would always talk about a certain group of people. It was like somebody named Pokimane and all these other people. And she would always talk about how she wants like them to be there and she wants to be a part of their group.
She is one of the biggest losers ever. Imagine doing that. And bear in mind, Creator Clash 2, Anisa already knew they were losing money.
Actually believing it. But so for that second event, so I tell him he needs to do 2-a-days. This is like 2 weeks before the fight. I'm like, we need to do your 2-a-days. And I said, my brand is at stake. Well, he went and told Anisa that I told him my brand was at stake. So the next day she comes into the gym super mad and she's like, our brand is at stake. We're $500,000 in the hole right now.
I wish I knew that. I wish I knew that at that time. I think a lot of the fighters would have liked to have known that. I don't think none of them needed to be in the dark about that, you know?
Yes, completely. Well, and that's the thing. They said you guys didn't promote enough, but they weren't honest about the fact that they were spending the money from the ticket sales on the hotel, on flying people in, on all these other things. So it was just like,
so those decisions, the gala decisions, were made while in the red.
Yes.
And they still went ahead and did this fucking party. And Anisa in general just sounds like the worst. Clips such as apparently Ian couldn't train because Anisa was getting a boob job.
Before he was supposed to start training for his fight camp, right? But then they didn't come and train. And then she decided that she was going to have her tits removed like during his fight camp.
Oh, that was the second one. That was
I said CC2. Oh. And she's going to get it taken out. But it's like out of all the times that you could have done it after CC1.
So you're saying you're saying she did it during training camp?
Yes.
I mean, what the fuck? Is she just controlling him like Pinocchio? No training today, you have to be with me for my boob job. Apparently, the trainers also overheard her flexing or loving the fact that she married someone rich.
Because you've already exposed her for being like the first person that Ian's ever been with, right?
Yes.
So in my opinion, what happened was she even told us, she used to always tell her mom, I'm going to be with a millionaire. And so we think that once she
used
kind
to
of got
tell her mom that she would be with a millionaire? How do you know
her
that?
Her mom told her that it had to be someone rich.
How did you know that?
Well, she told us.
She could tell us that.
It was, I remember exactly. It was when we were in Vegas going to the other podcast and we were inside the Uber and we were with Ian and Anisa. And Anisa said that like her mom only had 2 expectations for her to marry someone that was rich and also to be of her religion, right? And so she said that Anisa goes, well, I mean, I didn't get someone that was of my religion, but at least I got one part of it right. He's rich. And then she like laughed about it. And then he was in the car and you could tell he was bothered by it.
I was bothered.
Who wouldn't be bothered by that?
It's their story. Like, there's no proof. But you can so fucking imagine all of this shit. And then apparently Anisa was crushing all over iDubbbz's sparring partner when they were training.
This next question's very salacious, so it's totally up to you. You can pretend like you don't even know what I'm talking about if you want. But what I've heard is that she was hitting on one of his sparring partners and was obsessed with him and gave him a VIP pass to the event.
A lot of his sparring partners got the passes, but she definitely had a big crush on one of the guys that would come in and spar with them. Because anytime they would spar, she would just be super into it and watch every moment. And then, even if he would like beat Ian up, she'd be very into it. And then,
I want to say that, I want to say that before. So Anisa never gave shout outs to Michael training Ian at all, but she put out the first video of Ian like getting rocked in sparring when Ian was sparring with her crush. Yeah.
It was our friend Gabe.
She shared it. Yeah, and we have a clip too. You guys can share.
I would call him Gorgeous Gabe.
This is the kind of person that my mum always warned me against as a child. Like, don't bring this kind of person home because they will ruin your fucking life. I can only call it pathetic. The way they've conducted themselves, the way they've handled charity, the way they've handled the events, the fighters, the people who've trained, worked their asses off, all tanked because of Anisa and Ian's own goals and narratives and social climbing. It is completely fucked. And they deserve all the hate they're getting. They're doing their podcast, their shitty little podcast, on the floor in their like room. They look like they're having a great time. God, who the hell isn't watching that podcast? God, I know I could sink my teeth into 2 hours of that shite. There's so much more to cover. This is the stuff that I caught up with. It is late because I was ill all of last week, so I couldn't get it out, but I still don't care because I think shitting on these two is well worth the time. Like the video if Anisa and Ian are the worst. Subscribe if you're new. Now fuck off and get out.